Don't do war kids. Not even once. Not even once. Just fucking don't. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't fucking want that. Episode 2. I think this is episode 2. Jesus fucking... How many of them are there? But how did they get enough time to construct these walls and materials? Like, this isn't a small fucking wall. How did they hold them off for long enough? And I get that they're exploring, but why aren't they throwing everything at creating ranged weaponry like ballistas? You know, to take these things out from afar. They've got cannons, which means they have gunpowder. Why haven't they developed ballistas to basically, I don't know, fucking stick it through their heads? What is it with the Japanese and swords? Ah, the little rugrats actually grow up in the military. And they kill Karen. Good. This I can agree with. Okay, so it looks like they have rifles or at the very least muskets. But these guys aren't using Japanese swords. These just look like blades. Oh, here comes another hand. And the crows. Yep. And the smell and the rotting corpses and everything smells like iron and blood. I'm surprised people don't have fucking underground tunnels. Or did they seriously think that the war was gonna keep them out? Wow. Well, there's the arrogance of humanity not even building tunnels. Oh, great. Now you're gonna make a Virgil. Oh yeah, you've just planted a seed that is going to, well, he's gonna he's gonna blame himself for letting his mother die because he was powerless to save her. Yeah, where have we seen that before? Sure, let's just give this kid a katana. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? He's gonna commit genocide on these things. I mean, can I blame him? No. Yeah, if something makes it to this boat, it's literally gonna have a buffet. Wait, I'm gonna have to watch that again because I really want to pay full attention to it. But I just wanted to comment really quickly that the reason why the death toll in World War One and Two was so loud is quite similar to this soldier. He didn't have the courage to fight, or to be more precise, in our circumstance, soldiers didn't have the courage to kill another human being. As a result, they were either shooting high or shooting randomly or trying to save their friends and comrades, which resulted in them also dying. And there's multiple accounts of this, and one of the most famous that actually stood out for me was a sergeant in Vietnam. He had his entire unit there with him, and there was just one Viet Cong running across the field, and he literally watched all of his men just empty out their magazines. Not a single one land a shot because they were aiming high. And the guy from the Viet Cong literally stopped in the middle of the field, pulled out his gun, and pretty much shot most of them, one by one. Because they were stationary, they were out of ammo, they weren't doing shit. And that highlighted the difference between the person that actually had the intent to kill and the people that were just quite literally cannon fodder. They should not have been there. Basically, add a few zeros to the number of people at the end of that. That explains the death tolls in World War II and World War One. And then you got to put into account that about 5% of those people were sociopathic and about 1% were psychopathic, meaning they actually enjoyed the killing. Which is why you had units like the SS that quite literally were there to kill as many people as they could. Not saying that didn't exist on both sides of the war. I'm just saying that 95% of the people in that conflict probably didn't kill anyone or only killed someone out of pure necessity and probably regretted it to their last day. That's what makes war hell. It differentiates between the predators and the everyday people. And most people don't want to face that reality, but most people can't actually take another human life. And in that inability to take a human life, it prolongs a conflict even further. It's easy to drop bombs, right? You don't see the person. But when the guy's standing right in front of you, shitting himself, begging for mercy, what do? And then you let him live and he goes and shoots another one of your comrades. Or you turn around and he stabs you in the back. Like, war is quite literally fucking hell. People who actually shoot to kill are likely more than 5% psychopaths. Oddly, I hear it's harder to be a sniper than to shoot someone in the face. Because snipers can get away with missing the shot. In the heat of the moment, you've got the adrenaline. And the little twitch can help you pull the trigger. As a sniper, you're calculating the kill. And you're observing the person. And you're getting them when they're least expecting it. It's more of a predatorial thing. Can you kill an unsuspected prey? Now, some people can, and those are the guys that end up racking up 300-400 kills. I mean, look them up. The Soviet Union had one such guy. Finland had one such guy. You know, there were many stories of these guys. And they were mostly hunters from farms. They were used to hunting. And they viewed it the same as just hunting. They were hunting prey. So, You know? Something to think about. That's why people try to dehumanize the enemy. They're not people, they're monsters. Protruding districts. Wait, so this entire district is basically a lure for these things, and it's basically a calculated sacrifice, the equivalent of hunting, chopping off a limb to not lose the rest of the body. Wow. Okay, I want to see who lives in the innermost districts, because these people must be considered the lowest of the low in this society, because they are quite literally lure. They are quite literally like, oh, well, you know, we kind of expect that if someone's going to break the wall, they're going to do it here. Which is why we only have 2 fucking ferries and a single gate. It's a calculated decision to keep down government costs, right? Like the healthcare system. Or social welfare. It's a calculated risk. It's okay if a few 10,000 people die. At least we get our pensions. And limousines. And ice creams. Hello. Hutchin brought me food. You're a good girl. Grazie. Get a girl like Hutchin. Cook. She clean, very good. Grazie. It's kind of fucked up. Really? The government does it all the time. You gotta think about this for a minute. The government has actually done calculations to say how much a human life is worth. They've literally done the calculation. And they're like, we can save human lives by subsidizing medicine. But we choose not to beyond a certain point because we've calculated that beyond a certain investment, we are actually losing money on that human. You see, you think the government's there to help you. They're not. The government is there to enable the people to be productive enough so that the people in government don't need to do anything. They're not there to help the people. They're there to ensure that the majority of the people are being productive enough so the people at the top don't need to do anything, and also ensure the stability of the country. They're not there to help people. The people that are actually working, you and me, that actually have jobs, we're basically their slaves. Except they don't need to house us or feed us. We have to house and feed ourselves, and they create the rules such that if we don't comply, we get sent to jail. So if you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. If you steal something, you go to jail. Meanwhile, if someone in a hedge fund, bankrupts an entire company and loses billions of dollars due to incompetence, they get a government bailout. Why? Well, they're not the working class, are they? That's why white-collar crime doesn't get you sent to jail. And if it does, it gets you sent to a minimum security jail where there's tennis courts and spas. More like a country club. Whereas if you try to steal some bread at a local convenience store to feed your starving kids because you're not employable because the education system in your area failed you, you get sent to prison. I'm just saying, the government's fucking you. Tell me I'm wrong. You want a better example? Look at who they put on the boats and emergency things first. Women and children. Why? Men are expendable. This calculation has been done like ages ago when wars were a thing on a regular basis. Men are expendable because women are the ones that birth the children, not men. They just need one man per, say, 10,000 women to create more children. And that's done as a calculation to keep the population going. Young children grow up to be adults that can work the field or fight the wars. Old people and males are expendable because you can always create more. That's originally why they sent boys into war and not girls. The girls were more valuable because they could produce more offspring, which created a bigger society that could produce more offspring and create more workers. I mean, this was literally rationally thought out. You might think it's nice that women and children should be saved out of something nice. Sure, keep telling yourself that. But at some point, people sat down and rationally thought about this. I mean... Wait, why aren't the cannons loaded? Fuck's sake. Hello, calculated sacrifice. We cut budgets on the fucking artillery that isn't even accurate because, hey, its purpose is not to be accurate, its purpose is to make people feel safe. Like the 2 boats that can only load up X amount of people. This government is filled with dicks. Oof! Please tell me it's not Big Karen. Oh shit! I'm surprised it's not a drop gate. Did he go through it? What did he do? Well, fucking GG if he can go through the wall. I'm shocked that they didn't have a drop gate. That's literally pulled up, and then if you let it go, it drops, but... Fucking GG. Can he fucking breathe fire too? Because fuck me if he can. Like, you're beyond fucked at this point. You can go through the fucking gate. I hope your fucking second gate is thicker than the first. The diagram of the approximate scale of the human field. This is a diagram. Oh, thank you. Derived from the source material. That visually depicts the amount of territory mankind has left. The area beyond Wall Maria still remains a mystery. Oh, right. So we're like literally one of these circles right now. But he just broke through one of these. Which basically means this entire fucking circle is fucked. The diagram of approximate scale and the elevation of the land is higher towards the center of the human field. The human field is rich in water, minerals, natural gas, and other resources. So it's basically like a little bit of a mountain thing, with the highest point in the center having all the natural resources. Which explains why the people on the outside are considered cannon fodder. So you're basically hoarding all the natural resources, similar to how we do, and using it to make your lives as easy as possible, similar to how we do. And the people on the outside are literally cannon fodder. Wow, this depicts our society quite well. Yep. This is very realistic. Ladies and gentlemen, your rulers. A bunch of bureaucrats that never even anticipated the possibility that the walls would be broken down. But they're fat and lump enough to show that they've never actually done any land work. Your masters, ladies and gentlemen. I hate them already. Hashtag eat the rich. I love this. We'll contact Central for orders. Wow. It's almost like you're not independently capable of doing any thinking on your own and you just have to wait for your masters to tell you what to do. So what is the whole point of your level of government structure if you're not able to do anything on your own without orders? What is your job? I'm a bureaucrat. I hate these people. You're on the menu, bitches. Fuck you. Sorry, but I hate those bureaucrats. Hello, we're on a boat surrounded by water. We can't leave. Your house is gone. Your home is gone. Your mother is gone. Your friends are gone. And the regret. Bye, Karen. And soon the sadness hurts to anger, the anger turns to hate, the hate turns to suffering, and you have yourself a Sith Lord. There's the anger. There it is. And there's the hate. We've gone full cycle. Now we basically have a kid that just wants to exterminate them all. And by the way, you might think this is ridiculous, but this is exactly what has happened throughout Europe, which caused the wars surrounding Yugoslavia. A village gets attacked by a militia. Some kids make it out alive. Their parents, their grandparents, their uncles all end up dying in the war. Some of these poor kids see it happen. These little kids are filled with rage and they want to go and exterminate the people that they deem responsible for killing their family and friends. These kids grow up, join a militia, and do the very same thing that happened to them. Now take a wild guess what happens on the other side. Same thing. The kids grow up, join a militia, maybe join jihad, end up going across the border, attacking another village, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then eventually the actual military gets involved and starts trying to exterminate an entire country. I've just summed up the last few hundred years of Yugoslavia for you. That's why war is literal hell. It's fucked. Wait, so 10,000 people were devoured, but one of those boats, sorry, two of those boats only held 500 people. Wow. Okay. 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 More than 10,000 people died, but the boat only carries 500 or maybe 250. Okay. Makes sense. What in the fuck is in that basement? How does he have the key? Wait. Didn't his dad say he will show him what's in the basement and the dad had the key? What do you have the key? Where'd you get the key? What the fuck is going on? That was a dream, right? His dad's still in fucking Thingo on his way back. How do you have the key? Fucking continuity, ladies and gentlemen. The fuck's going on? How does he not fucking ask himself, how do I have the key? What? Look, I've seen this backdrop too. I'll tell you where. There was a well here, and Holo's like, I'm gonna give you some coins in return for goat cheese. Sorry, I can't stop unseeing Spice and Wolf in this town. Seriously, what is this key? Is it a devil arm? Is his dad Sparta? I mean, that would explain a lot. Rations, huh? And here comes the infighting. Just eat it before you get robbed. I love that. There was literally a food shortage to begin with. And the aristocrats are fat. Don't you just love society? I mean, fuck it. I'm from a former communist country. I could survive communism. I don't know if they could. Fuck it at this point. I don't care. And there it is. Someone shooting their mouth that hasn't even seen the enemy. Talking about refugees as if they were another species altogether, let alone neighbors. Society's gonna break apart here. In real time. This kid's clever. See, he's actually scared of the people because the number of people to soldiers is very low. If he ticks off the people, they will literally kill him. I love how he just looks to the left, notices the people watching, and then he just changes his tone almost instantly, even though he just decked the child after he was talking shit about people should be eaten. See, he put him in an awkward position because he's apologizing. He's looking at the people. He doesn't give a shit about the kids. What an asshole. Fucking asshole. Why don't they eat him? He's got plenty of meat on those ribs. Oof! Decked! She used the whole momentum of her body to sway on the side to deck him. Aunt? Wasn't that your mother? How much you want to bet she's gonna kill more of them than this kid? They're both angry, but she's a lot more controlled. She's a lot more controlled. Oh, hello. You're all labor. Work the land now. Oh, there's a food shortage. Congratulations! You're going out there to reclaim the land. Because we know you're gonna die. Hey! Because we're the government and we care about you. Which is why we let pharmaceutical companies pump up the price of pills and shit that could save your life 100 times more of their production value. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. I fucking hate the government. This is very governmenty. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Meanwhile, the bureaucrats were still fat, by the way. They were still fat. Still overweight. Meaning they had a surplus of food. This is very real. I actually believe her on that one. Hey, I'm a fat person. I eat everything that's on my plate. Oh, fuck. This guy hasn't slept in a while. Oof. Someone wants to commit genocide. Oof. Definitely wouldn't want this guy as my drill instructor. Well, the role of the drill instructor is to drill it into you. I mean, have you seen some of the wall guards? How the fuck did they survive this guy for 3 years? I think the fact that they didn't have this guy is the problem. That's the whole point of boot camp, to instill habits. Meanwhile, those guys are drinking. Motherfuckers. He's basically becoming Virgil. It's VERGIL. I'm sorry, but like, when I see video content creators spelling it with VI, I'm like, you're mistaking him from Virgil from Italy, back in the time of Rome. If you haven't been attacked in a century, you might let your military go lax. I wouldn't. If they're lax, what's the point of having them? They're almost as useless as... I was about to insult an occupation within society, but I'm not gonna. You know, a certain occupation that just gives parking tickets that doesn't actually stop crime. I'm sorry, but she's Rukia. I'm sorry, but she's fucking Rukia. I think I saw Yoruichi there at some point. He hasn't fucking slept in a year. No, that's... I was gonna say that was Yoruichi, but it's not. But the eyes are similar. Fucking so Rukia. So fucking Rukia. If you can't see it, I'm shocked. Even this little hair piece, like, here. Like, what the fuck? That is so Rukia. I can't unsee it. Okay, Kuma, I'm prohibiting you from looking at the previews. But she's fucking Rukia. So fucking Rukia. Oh my god. I see it, but no. Sif, you can't see it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I wonder, are we gonna encounter Kenpachi? I just want to see one guy that is literally like just slaughtering titans for shits and giggles. There has got to be at least one motherfucker that's just out there killing them for shits and giggles. That could single-handedly end the war on his own, but he hasn't encountered like the big ones. But he's just fucking slaughtering the little ones by the dozens every day. There has got to be a Kenpachi. I'm sorry, I love my Kenpachi. He's just so entertaining. Every episode with Kenpachi is a good episode. I have yet to find a single bad episode of Kenpachi. Kenpachi is like the best. I would watch an anime with just Kenpachi as the protagonist. He's so good. And I like the dub voice too. The dub voice, so good. By the way, Kuma, request to go into emote only mode since I want the chance to get, since I want chat to get a little more excited. I feel bad for chat because a few assholes ruined it for everyone. But if you guys want, I can put emote only mode for like one episode and I'll keep an eye on the emotes. But I really feel bad for chat because a few assholes ruined it for everyone. Like, why would you ruin it for everyone? If you're a fan of the series, why would you ruin it? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I just don't.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.